And we're back from time travel.
Yeah. Hello, Twitch chat. Welcome back. For us, it's been 7 seconds. For you, it's been 15 minutes. But you are going to be looking at the exact same content that you just saw only 15 minutes later. And yeah, we have been casting for a short while now. So there's a much more to repeat and discuss, Robin, that the stream did not get to hear. Well, the first thing that we can do is mention that we are live right now with the NA Invasion Day coverage. So this is the first Invasion Day of the Lands Awakened update. That one will be casted by Robinhoodrs. Has Bogul on the back end with the camera work, the knobs, the dials, and then I, Tazzik, filling in here. Shozen is a little, not a little ill. Sorry, he has a little holiday, little vacation planned. So we are here without Shozen for the day. Me and Robin, we were talking for about 15 minutes of delay about some interesting topics that now we're going to try to have to rehash. Obviously, the first one being, Robin, what is the Invasion Day, man?
Well, Bogo first, if you want to hop onto Sarge before this action kicks off, we can try and get it explained in time. I believe there's action about to happen on him. Basically, what happens on maintenance or just after maintenance, all the territories in the Outlands become claimable, or their ownership is dropped, shall I say. And then it is split in half. So at 1800 is what we call the EU portion of the Invasion Day. And then at 01 UTC, which is now, is the NA portion. All the EU territories obviously are claimable after a little bit of PvE and PvP. You have to kill the elite vengeful guardian lord that guards the territories from being claimed. So you got to kill the boss. But you also got to watch your back because, as you can see, these large ZVZ forces, these PvP guilds are roaming around trying to secure the territories as well. And it looks like we're about to get X-Sarge of Militant going up against One Done once again. I believe this is going to be a freeway fight. I believe One Done are fighting another guild on the territory, Sean.
I can check that out. It does look like, yeah, they're in the middle of action. It looks like actually Shad with a 0 is engaging on One Done right now to the north. I don't know if we want to somehow show this free cam or swap POVs, but yeah, they're going hard. And now look, actually Militant, X-Sarge as well. They're coming in their third partying. Oh no.
Well, they say it's always better in a freeway. Militant, though, need to be careful because the boys of One Done have their cooldowns back. It looks like a wild Bridal Fury player of no guild trying to come in and pump out some wild DPS. Sarge, though, going to be wrapping around the outside of the territory here, trying to now engage on the back end of One Done. So they're going to be a little bit caught up here with the remaining members of Shadow that's still inside the territory. Nice defensive zone coming out from One Done. These guys know how the ZVZ is in their first rodeo, that's for sure. And Sarge looked for a nice clump. He does find it. Loads of cleanses coming out. The Camland follow-up defensive locuses are down for One Done. The shutdown coming in. Militant need to be careful not to overextend. Nice little Galaclap coming in there from Army. And looks like One Done going to be wrapping around the north side. Sarge doing what he can to try and shut down the DPS plays here. But it looks like Militant are getting swamped at the moment. One Done with some big boy numbers. But we know Sarge doesn't care about that. He will carry on pushing. And look at this. The choke points that One Done are going through at the moment. Unfortunately for Militant, they can't capitalize on it. So much pressure happening in their backline. Shadow also got a couple tanks coming out causing chaos. Looks like, though, they're going to pick off a couple members of One Done here. One Done once again wrapping around, looking for their next re-engagement. Those tanks over to the west will be setting it up as Militant kite down the choke point. Camland's coming out into the DPS follow-up. Militant soaking up that engagement quite well. Actually, only, I believe, 1 or 2 going to die on that play from One Done. And now look at the chaos on the choke point. Sure do you capitalize on that. The front line of One Done getting pummeled. 1 or 2 members going to go down, and Sarge is in full kite mode here, Sean.
Yeah, by the way, I don't know if you noticed during all that, the third party was not completely wiped. They actually chose to leave. I don't know if Militant maybe scared them off. They did have like a decent chunk of people left. One Done coming down the choke now, looking to take the rest of Militant out, though. Look at that front line getting caught out on the right side. Even X-Sarge, 1 bar to his name. Militant aren't going to try to re-engage off this, even though it's a massive Camland engagement. There's the DPS drop into the Brimstones. Not enough to take out much, but they do find 2. But our POV X-Sarge does go down. So we're going to have to swap to a different tank. Yeah, Shook. S-H-O-K. He's alive for now. 3 O's actually on that.
Yeah, well, for now, it looks like he is finding some heals as they kite back. It looks like they're going to be holding the choke point. One done know that they overwhelm this force as they steamroll through the choke points. Militant trying to hold on strong. The counter Camlan's coming in. Unfortunately, that Camlan dragging the clump away from where that Brimstone was landing. That could have been devastating. Shook doing what he can at the moment to hold ground. Tanks for One Done overextending, going to try and get some picks here. It looks like 1 or 2 members of One Done going down. Militant holding strong.
Yeah, to be honest,
they lost their shock caller.
Yeah, to be completely honest, they're holding very well. Like, they have stabilized. They're here on a nice choke that they can look to fight on. Shook trying to hold it for now. Maybe keep stabilizing for a little bit. It's a good call, actually, the way he puts down that inertia ring to allow for that, as they're just trying to chill, regroup a little bit. They definitely are lower in numbers, I would say, as they did have a lot of people go down already. But we will see some action on this choke surely coming in a second, as that Camlin is massive on this front line. The Brimstone was there, but it didn't really do anything, as nothing else was on top with it. And now here is surely where One Done are going to say, listen, they just used everything. Let's try to push through. Shook identifying that, puts down an inertia ring. That's really smart by him, try to delay it. But now they're off that choke. That looked good for him, Robin.
I know, it's like you want to try and utilize this choke as much as you can. Looks like it was a little bait and switch coming in. Unfortunately, the DPS getting shut down for the boys of Militant. I believe the next shot caller in line here would be Kelron, taking over as Sarge did die. So that's who's calling the shots here from Militant at the moment. But One Done, they just keep getting members here at the moment. A couple members of Shadow peeking into the backline as well, only mounted though, so they're not looking to engage this. I'm surprised that they backed out, like you said earlier on. They still have quite a few members left alive. They could have caused some chaos.
Militant has still like a chance to come back in this, but I mean they're overrun by a lot, and they are getting run down. I don't know what they're kiting to right now, if there is like a good spot to maybe make another stand, but I think more than likely this is a kind of re-gear and go next angle for Militant, as One Done is hard sprinting them down, and they're very spread out too. Like I can see a lot off of Shook, like nowhere near him, but I mean him and the guys are looking not good here. I do know that there is some action on Voltel, apparently. I was informed. So we can maybe look that on the other client if there is hop over there. As yeah, One Done just going to be running down the rest of Militant.
Yeah, it was a good hold, a good attempt there by Militant. Heavily outnumbered, holding that choke point really well. But the numbers of One Done just coming in too strong. That play.
Voltel lied. Shook
Voltel has nothing.
Voltel with no action. He did say that in 30 seconds from this message there was going to be some action. He said fight very soon. Looks like they might be zoning into something. Back there on Shook, though, I mean, this guy is still just kiting for the heavens. I don't know if there is an escape plan for him, so he's definitely going to go down on the bottom left there, as you guys can see. My man, one-man army, dude. Look at that debuff, by the way, for getting hit by all those people. He's living for a long time, man. He's still alive and running, but finally he goes down.
I believe the content will be it's Polyp versus Arch again. They did go head-to-head for the EU invasion. A little bit weird how Frag have been over the past week engaged in combat versus PoE constantly at 1800. They chose to go after Arch, and it looks like they're going to be going after Arch once again. It's Pull-Up dismounted, Archer dismounted. We're in Gravemound Hills. Let's see how this plays out. It looks like the first engagement's coming in. Selfish and advantage in favor of It's Pull-Up and God's plan of the Frag Alliance. Arch, though, come in clutch with just sheer numbers and sheer chaos. Arch are an alliance where you just go in and you carry on going in and you carry on going in until you find a loot bag.
Dude, that is a massive choke. Like, that was a really wide choke that Frag just sort of pushed up, and I don't know why Arch kind of let them, but now it looks like Frag with the frags coming in. They have a few kills on the board. Arch needs to get together. Look at how spread they are around this mountain. I mean, there's like a little area through the middle you can walk through, but they're so spread around. Looks like Arch might be trying to do some snaky stuff here on the right, push them down. But look at the off screen on the left. Frag is getting run through by a lot of members from Arch. That's sort of right-clicking through. It's Philip looking for an engage here onto a massive clump. Voltel trying to save them with that Mammoth, but that Brimstone connects. Kills 4 or 5. Now there's another clump to the right of that one. So low. And that's such well played by Frag, by the way. They engage on that and then just run away with their CDs. Now they're going to look to go through this opposite choke where they had a lot of Arch playing.
Oh,
very smart.
That was a nice little wind wall, a little bit too early, unfortunately, but God's Plan going to go for their re-engagement. They got a nice little choke point to the southwest side, but look at these clumps coming in, dude. Oh my god, it is devastation here in Great Band Hills as Frag literally throwing that frag grenade into those clumps and just blowing everybody up at the moment. Arch just letting them play through these choke points without punishing them at all. And I mean, Arch have a massive force directly to the southwest. Like, surely, like, why are they not engaging? Right?
Yeah, Arch
like,
has so many people, and I don't know. I would want to try to point to like the map being a little different for them, like, and not being used to fighting around this weird sort of mountain hill structure where there are different ways to go through it and around it. Maybe they're like caught up thinking the fight's supposed to be on them when really Frag is just blown up multiple frag grenades in their backline. Took out many of them, as you said. But yeah, look at this Arch again. They're trying to like, they're sending like squads around when they should just abuse the fact that they do have so many more players. At least they did a second ago after deaths. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's another devastating engagement. And I don't know if there's another guild here of Frag. I don't know. What's causing Arch to be so
I'm seeing
focused on the
RPG.
southwest?
I do see RPG to the right, but like they were with that main squad. I don't see anything southwest that I can see now.
Strange.
Gluttony though hitting Gluttony in a double-bladed staff, wondering why he is in a double-bladed, by the way, here on top of us, going up very low. Not the weapon I assume he wanted. As hey, Arch finally finds themselves. They're finally like stacked up a little bit, but again, look, they're like caught up. There's this wide choke they can push through, or they can go around. It looks like they want to go around while it's pull up is sending a force down through it onto backline. Those are all backline players. They could have just gotten annihilated.
What is going on? Another wave of Arch coming up on that northwest side. Now they're all coming through this choke point. I believe it's like T-minus 15 seconds until Frag have their cooldowns back up. They're going to bait them through this choke. Arch are going to funnel up through without a care in the world. Its pull-up should have cooldowns up. Look at these clubs coming through, dude. These guys they have it. Nighthawks are getting popped here. Grailseeker going to shut it down. Here comes the play. Is it going to be as impactful as I thought it was going to be?
They really find a few kills. They do find a few, but not as much as we thought. Maybe on that choke, there wasn't a big enough clump. So these guys might have to wait for another cooldown rotation. As I mean, again, though, look at Arch, right? They did come from that north, and now they're coming through the choke. So over here, God's Plan and Frag having to run down the other side of this sort of hill. And now Arch able to do something, maybe with cooldown rotation, but its pull-up, I think, probably does have some bomb squads ready to go. Just look at that top left part of the screen. They're all half HP. I don't know if there's anything more on that, though.
Well, it's like Arch finally figuring out that they can come in from multiple angles because, well, its pull-up was just tunnel visioned on that choke point. His backline was just getting pummeled by CC and melee players. Something that Arch do really well is just have these melee players and tanks just causing chaos in the backline of your Zerg, focusing the Clawfies and stuff, and it kind of saved them coming up that choke point multiple times. Now Fragger in full kite mode, using the choke points to their advantage. Obviously, like you said, the map rework here. Everybody's trying to figure out the new layouts and memorize and where to go. It looks like a nice little turn coming in here. Some big clumps.
That's
onto
all
Arch's
backline
front
players.
line.
All Clothies in that one too. Big damage could have been, big kills could have been had. But again, look at Frag's numbers. By the way, they're not as big as they used to be.
No, definitely not. And this group of Arch to the northeast side has just been causing chaos. The group that's with Voltail at the moment.
Yeah, Voltail's over there with that Mammoth, just wreaking havoc with some of these melee guys. There's some logs, some big grove keepers as well.
It's like it's pull up in the boys of God's Plan and Frag. It looks like they're starting to dwindle here.
Yeah, I do think
not as
Arch,
many turns.
It took them a bit to figure out how to abuse their massive like clump of players, but they figured it out, and they did really well towards the end of that, right? As you were saying, they realized like, oh my god, wait, there's 7 ways we can attack them. Let's send 50 people to each different route and see what we can do.
Yeah, and it looks like
really well.
It looks like the call now is to just fully engage southwest. If we can get kills, get kills. It looks like its pull-up has noticed that he is engulfed from all angles. All he sees is red name tags of Arch surrounding him. Looks like Arch, though, are going to be backing off just a little bit on the northwest side, allowing Frag to actually regroup and get out of this awful choke position that they're in. allowing Frag to maybe look for another big engagement, and maybe that's going to be an opening here. Cluster Q is not even activated, something that we normally see when fighting Arch. And look at this clump to the eastern side, dude.
Oh my god.
Dude, what are you doing, boys? What are you doing?
Hey, that's an Arch special right there.
I'm glad I'm not on webcam, because my eyes nearly just popped out of my face when I saw that clump, dude. Jeez.
Well, looks like Voltel. I mean, hey, he does know that they can win this, but again, they should have abused Frag's positioning earlier a little more, maybe to sort of end it faster. There is a new blob, by the way, new clump that just zoned in northwest. I'm not sure what that is, but look at this massive turnaround here from Frag. They just take out a solid like 7 people on that choke. I mean, Arch is just throwing bodies to end this when they should easily be able to end it for sure. Gluttony's still on that double-bladed, crying about how he's so bad.
Gluttony just loves it, doesn't he?
Love me
He
some
just
Gluttony.
embraces it.
Yeah, and where are these guys hiding to, man, right?
I don't know. Maybe...
Oh, Gluttony just gets taken out, by the way. Oh my, a massive armor pierce goes in on him. He gets destroyed.
I'm thinking they're trying to kite towards the triangle up here. There's going to be a nice little choke point for them to go up here, up onto the cliff side. I believe it's going to be a double layered cliff, something that's brand new in terms of map layout for us. Looks like they're going for trying to save some of the people that's getting caught, though. Arch, I'm just seeing Arch name tags coming from every direction. Looks like they're finally going to go up the choke point here. So is this the double layered cliff? No, it's only going to be a single one, I think. But it's still going to be a nasty clump if they can get up there. Surely God's plan and Frag use that choke to their advantage.
Oh my days. By the way, this whole time, for the last little bit, Bogul has been showing Africa fighting on a height bridge. That was an insane engage that just happened up. It's now on the main screen for you guys to look at. They are getting run into right now. I'm not actually watching myself. I'm looking here at Bogul's stream for us. This very nice stream he has going on. They just got run through, almost lost control of that bridge completely. Africa and the boys able to hold it for now, though. Meanwhile, over here, back on its pull-up, you can see in the bottom left, these guys are just getting taken out, right? And they have heighted back towards that cliff, but look who met him there. Arch is already up there. Arch's names are
like,
up the cliff.
You guys were meant to be here like a minute or two ago. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I can't believe there's name tags already up there. There's so many people over here. Look at that Camlin. The cleanses are there fast enough. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if we want to swap over to Africa and maybe start looking at that one. Keep this one on the bottom. Ah, well, Africa did go down. Yeah. It's pull up with a big engage on this choke, though. The Camlin follow up, but a lot of kills. I mean, dude, look at it. They keep getting like 7 or 8 people every time they rotate, right? And Arch is slowly losing their advantage. They still definitely have it. Like they're just getting kited out, you know, and they need to figure out a way to end it.
Yeah, I think, I mean, looking at numbers now, I mean, reinforcements are coming in. We're seeing people coming in for Frag, coming in mounted again. So reinforcements are actually quite close for them. Where would they be coming from?
I wonder if that blob was them. Yeah, I wonder if that blob we zoned in northwest was sort of a regear, and now it looks like they're turning around with their newfound numbers. They find a few kills to start it off, and again, Arch from the north side. Look, they're still fighting up in the north as well. Like, why are they so spread out, guys?
I don't know, dude. Yeah, it definitely was reinforcements for Frag here. Must have been like the first initial waves that got caught off in the engagements like 5 minutes ago, finally getting back. So there must be returning from the city itself, which is only, well, 3 maps away. So it's doable. Yeah,
this is a nice spot Frag has just found themselves in, by the way, in that triangle you're talking about. This is going to be something. If Arch only comes in through this north side, surely they don't. They are going to send guys around the east. No one watching the west just yet, so Frag again might just kite this one out after a quick engage and drop of cooldowns.
It's like Frag need to capitalize on their positioning right now. Like elevation, south vision advantage. They have the boys clumped up here. They're slowly starting to get wrapped around, like you said, like on the northwest side. It's like they're already broken here. And I mean, it was such a good spot. They just didn't capitalize off their positioning at all. And now Frag once again on the full kite mode as its pull-up is getting left behind by his own Zerg. And it's like it's going to be a cool to get out if you can. Maybe it seems like Frag are now completely broken.
I think you're right, because I do see Slay sort of pulling off with like a little group of 2 people, 3 people. So yeah, I do think is a try to live. You know, we have lost officially, but by the way, hit end for a moment. There were tons of deaths just now to the southeast. Who was that? Was that just now?
I don't know. I bounced out. It could have been the final grouping
Yeah,
that
it's
split
just
off.
yeah, it's just Arch. They found a big clump of frag and they just took them all out. Yeah, that's what happened down here. Found a few kills. They're just chasing scraps now. Good job, Gluttony and the boys. We back over here on the other fight.
What do we have going on?
Dominant. We do have a little bit of dominant, but I think it's just finished.
Oh, okay.
Reject party over here just ending with what appears to be a victory. Actually, I mean, Militant over here. Yeah, they're still fighting with Reject party dead center on each other. You think Reject party is winning? I'm not too sure. I just got here.
Who was that on? Sorry.
I'm on Toxo Uwu. I think Dominant is also here from Militant. Or sorry, I think XR is probably also here.
Okay.
Oh, what a slide coming in. They find and execute over here. And yeah, it does look like Reject Party did win this. We're sort of here watching the tail end. Oh my days, Reject Party smack talking in the Say chat. Boring fight is what they're saying to Militant.
Damn,
I'm sure Militant would respond saying, you 3x'd their numbers, probably, is what they might say. I'm not sure if the numbers were equal or not. Just got here.
I mean, you would
but knowing
respond
Reject Party.
if you were alive in that zone, right? There's like a couple members left.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Militant did get taken out. They're just finding scraps again, just like the other fight.
Yeah, and I hopped on to Slayer Hater of the Hogs Alliance, which we did shoutcast, but we had audio issues, so the fight wouldn't have appeared on screen. They were fighting the Frag Boys, and we were wondering what their debuff was, Sean.
Yeah, I remember. I wanted to know.
Do you want to know it?
What is it at, actually?
They're sitting on a
Holy
57 disarray debuff right now. They've secured the zone.
So
I
how much
know
was
what-
Arch? Did we see that? So they're at a 32, but I mean, they're spread out now. That's not accurate. I
Yeah.
wish I got to see what Arch was, because yeah, we were wondering. Obviously, we had some issues, so you guys actually didn't get to see this, but we had a really good fight between Hogs and oh, who is the other
Frag.
one? It was Frag.
Yep.
Yeah, and we were wondering,
but it
yeah,
wasn't
how many people?
It wasn't the God's Plan and one RPG one grouping of frags. It was the other boys, Pura and oh god, and the other 2 guilds that were under them.
Yeah, man.
Cluster Q's
that was like
activated. We may
5
actually get a round 2 here.
over here on Slayhada.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're
well,
back
you're
here in
zoomed in.
Sunstrand Shoal. Yeah, you're right. They're probably gonna go for something. Their hideout again. Actually, we didn't get to say this, but their hideout over here is almost max power level. So they are playing around here for a reason. That's insane, by the way. Yeah, good on them.
So the blob that did zone in initially from Cluster Q, that was frag. They're waiting for next Cluster Q rotation. They didn't get many people in here. So they're waiting. There's a massive bridge in between these 2 Zergs. A very long bridge to go across. With the only other ways all the way to the east and all the way to the west. So both sides will see if flanks are coming in, if they come in blobbed. So it's a good little position, actually. This territory layout positioning is actually pretty disgusting. I'm looking at it right now. The amount of chokes around this territory itself is insane.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Also, what's interesting is that hideout placement. I just noticed too, by the way. It's literally right next to the zone border.
It looks like we're about to get the action round number 2.
Dismounting. And Slayhate actually, he was on, what was it? It was a Juggernaut now, choosing back on his Soul Scythe build.
Yep. Back
So he should be a good
Cleric
POV.
Council side.
If he walks up, he should be a good POV, that is. I'm not sure what's happening with my man. He's back here in the... He's getting just destroyed by a cat. I'm not sure if he wants to swap to another POV.
BTC?
Yeah, what's going on with him?
I got Bossimus for the our old Grovekeeper. Was in full 8.3 for the initial fight. Now down to a 6.1 Grovekeeper and flat
my
T8.
Dude, he went down from like 1500 IP, 1550 to 1371.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yikes.
Yeah, he did.
Rounding the south side of this this bridge here, there's a slight opening over to the southwest, and then it's another massive cliff top, and then you're at the hideout.
Just taking a look in Freakin', this is a super interesting layout, right? Like,
yeah,
from the bridge to a sort of like small choke for a hill, but then around that hill is like another choke to go to the other side of the bridge. Like this is a really interesting layout because it's right next to the territory as well. Level A, the map designers did amazing work with this redesign, by the way. All these zones are so cool.
Yeah, and it's so like ZVZ orientated now. It's
it
really
feels so
nice.
Good. I'm really looking forward to like seeing a lot of these, because again, this is like one of the first times these guys are out here like really gaming on an invasion day, right? So like next invasion day, people will have picked up on some new ideas, right? How to kite around, how do you play around some of these new kind of map, like for example that hill map we were just watching, right? You can see some nasty stuff on that map if you're used to it.
Yeah, and it's like probably one of the biggest things that is overlooked by everybody is the fact that everybody, including shot callers, like, and players themselves, they have to relearn the map layouts. Probably one of the biggest things in ZVZ. Like, I used to be able to shut my eyes and know where to run.
You know where to go and
chokes.
kite to. Yeah.
Like, I knew my way around. Like, I could shut my eyes and do it myself. And I'm pretty sure like a lot of the really solid shot callers knew exactly every inch of like different choke points and different kiting areas of each map. Now everybody is on a level playing field again. Everybody has to relearn. And it looks like the Lonely Man going to get caught off guard trying to kite back into the choke point once again. Our POV, it looks like we may need a new one.
He's instantly down to a bar.
Kills.
Gets healed though. Yeah, he's alive. He's good for now. I'm not sure if he wants to move though. We'll see what's going on with him.
Let's switch back on to... I was going to say Slayer Hater, but he's not moving again. He's in the action. He's moved.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good point of view to watch out for the action down there. Looks like Frag, that they don't want this like tiny group of hogs from the territory to come down through that choke. So they're like holding people there. But yeah, I mean, Slayer Hater over here with the actual sort of engagement. Look at hogs on the left side, Robin. Like, what's happening?
I don't know, dude.
This is
dude, the frogs... The hogs are just getting melted, dude.
Looks like they're all standing still to me and just dying.
Yeah. I think the server just crashed.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there was some server lag on them. I'm still in. Looks like a lot of them are in, but I do see a lot of them standing still from both sides even. So maybe we might have an issue.
Yeah. I hopped onto the one that Bogul just gave. It seems to be moving. But I do think we had a little bit of server issues there.
Yeah, we're having a lot of problems right now. Meanwhile, though, Frag just getting a return on by the hogs. No kills coming in on that return, but now hogs are trying to stabilize here on that sort of middle choke where Slayer Hate has been holding the ground for us. My man is a statue here, giving us a nice middle angle on it. And I mean, hogs do have territory advantage, right? Like they're already above the territory, ready to drop, but none of the people from Frag are even letting that have a chance. They came in from the southeast instead, from the south, and now they're running through the hogs. They're trying to retreat to the territory. Slayer Hater gonna go down. It's a massive clump brimstone. It's an insane combo that was an insane combo from hogs, but it's not even like that affects too much, because on the right side and the south side, hogs losing a ton of members. It's a good trade though to find some kills back. It's not like they're completely out of it. They also have a hideout, one unit next to their territory border that they can come back from.
Exactly. I found the shot caller here for frags on the eastern side of the territory.
Yeah, we can just swap POVs. So now blue side will be the current red side, right? So now we're gonna be looking at frag instead of hogs. Looking at the attacker, I like watching the attacker a lot more actually, because you get to see like the agency and the choices of stuff. Yeah. Looks like they're running in through this right side. Oh my god! How many people do they just take out in like a second? Massive. Even their players are saying massive in Say Chat. That was massive. That's crazy.
Yo, boys, we got ourselves a roast.
Yeah, someone clip that. Somebody clip that.
Damn, dude. Hog's looking for a return here. Some DPS getting thrown over the walls a little bit. miscommunication. It seems that one Brimstone may have went a little bit too early, and it triggered defensives down for Frag, and the follow-up DPS did nothing on top of those Judicators and Locusts, and those heals were coming down pretty much right away. So that one Brimstone player that was playing outside of timer actually messed up that whole engagement there for the Hogs. No. It looks like the Frag boys are going to be able to stabilize and wrap around, try and look for another position to come in into the action. Looks like Hogs still have a couple members outside the territory. Could be returners. It could be just combat looters. I think it's combat looters.
Well, the thing is, too, Hogs really doesn't want to let them up this choke now, right? Because now they're going to be getting hit from two different sides. I mean, again, you can still see Frag. They're already engaging there on the north. And now this guy, Datesa, bringing a massive clump in, too, through the choke. No damage is hitting him, by the way. Where's the Hogs, like, engagement trying to do anything here? Datesa looking for something.
Once you get backed up onto the territory, it's hard to come out of. But then again, they do have reinforcements literally right outside the territory. So
from the territory, yeah.
It's, I don't know. Frags, the boys are pushing all the way in. They're finding clumps left, right, and center. It could get a little bit feisty. The guards are up for this this territory. The defensives are up as well, so the mage defense is there as well. They need to be careful. Once those healers start grabbing all this guard aggro, the frontline tanks won't be getting healed. Then they need to be careful, obviously, from the actual players themselves. And look at these clumps still. The reinforcement from Hogs that are coming outside the hideout just to the west are instantly getting deleted. Looks like, though, they are finding a little bit of a grouping. Frags may have overextended here. Some big camlands coming in. Where's the DPS, though, for the Hogs? Their tanks are lining them up.
They're kind of getting spoon-fed good engagements, but something about the way... I mean, to be honest, though, the way Frag is playing this from like a macro sense attacking this territory is genius, right? They've made so much space. The way that they pushed through that first eastern choke and now wrapped around south with like half their numbers, spread it around. They now have such a good like foothold in. And they're playing this very, very well. And I don't know if Hogs maybe got caught up. A lot of their damage dealer is already dead and have to re-gear, respawn, come back. They're right next to the zone. And it's a massive clump on this choke. I'm about to see 5 people, a minimum, go down. Sure. Where's the DPS Frag? They had the big clump and no damage came. That's so sad for Dates. He had such a good call there.
The return Hogs trying to find something nice defensive, though, coming down for Frags here. And I'm still watching the name tags over to the western side, still trying to battle their way in from their hideout here. Frag's doing an amazing job keeping them at bay. Finally, it looks like the Lonely Men and the boys over here are going to be breaking through the defense. So Wild Energy Shaper beaming through the edge of the territory. Frag taking a pounding. Not enough follow-up execution on that club. And it looks like our boys look for another massive engagement out to the west. Are they going to find it? They're not. Oh, they're going to actually find a couple on that little deletion. Frag, though, may have overextended just a little bit here.
Yeah, they pushed through the choke to try to just get rid of that numbers they had coming in from the territory. But look at this. They're still choosing to actually go down. I don't know why they didn't hold that sort of foothold they had in the territory, because now Hogs is a good way to get back into this.
Yeah, and they're going to be grouping. Look, Frags are split. They have their second guild still inside the territory on the platform to the east. They're going to get just fully engaged and swamped upon. You got people of Hogs still on the tower itself. Looks like our POV has to work his way back in now. Some massive clumps coming out. Nice little deletions. Oh my god, dude.
Jeez.
This is nasty, nasty action at the moment. Counter Camline comes in, finding some nice clumps. The DPS putting a pounding onto the boys of Frags. Permafrost landing left, right, and center. A couple members of Frags going to be going down here. They're going to look for a turn onto that choke point. They're outside of the turret trying to force it in. It looks like the reinforcements, or the group that was split, shall I say, that was inside the turret, has wrapped around from the east, has joined back up with the main force of Frag. Now they're going to bolster their numbers, looking for another massive engagement soon enough. They may just go straight over the tower edge here. I think Hogs are going to be actually going to make it out alive. 1 or 2 may go down, but that could have been a little bit more impactful.
A few getting caught out. Yep, they did manage to get out of there. But interestingly, like Hogs just clawed back all the space that Frag won for themselves, and now the reinforcements coming in. This might be Frag's like match to lose, right?
It could be. I mean, you also got to keep in mind, like we said multiple times, returning for Hogs is literally a click of a finger. Frags. Every time they lose one person, Hogs could lose 10, and it doesn't really matter. because of how fast that they can return to the fight. So if frags keep losing these engagements like this, it looks like they're going to be able to stabilize and get the band back together up on top of the hilltop here. Outside of the territory, breathing room, everybody relax, everybody, you know, get your rhythm back, get your cooldowns back, everyone top each other up.
Man, like we just hit rewind. Like we just went back 10 minutes on this fight, and now we're back to how it started originally.
Yep.
Like frag back up here on the mountain with their numbers. Hogs having most of their guys back. They're back to where they were originally. Hopefully their shock collars aren't standing still this time. But I mean, we're literally right back to where we started.
Yep, and let's see how this round number 2 plays out here.
A Bloodletter snipes too. I'm sure they'll be back in T-minus 7 seconds, though, as they both instantly respawn at the high note.
So just for comparison, at the moment, Frag only sitting on a level 34 disarray debuff. Remember, the Hogs were sitting on a 57 disarray debuff before the fight happened.
Jesus.
So, and both sides not playing outside of alliances are all inside one alliance on each side, so no abuse happening there. So actually, debuff seems to be working out a little bit in favor of Frag, as the DPS output isn't as crazy on these engagements. And look at this massive deletion, dude, outside the hideout. Imagine dying, regearing, coming back out, and then walking into a clump like that and then having to regear again, dude.
I mean, it's 7 clicks for them total, and they're back out again, you know? So it's not too bad for them. I think that's insane, by the way. I don't know how much I can stress this. That's crazy that they have the hideout next to the territory. It's amazing for them to be fighting here. It's perfect, exactly what they wanted, I'm sure. And Frag trying to fight an uphill battle against it. But the clumps they keep finding are disgusting. How do they keep finding these?
These tanks are playing out of their minds. Support players as well, and healers for Frag. I mean, keeping these guys alive as long as they have, enduring multiple different flanks. And it looks like finally Frag may be looking at a full retreat here, because Hogs just came crashing in from the western side and to the southeast as well. Frag's now in a sandwich from all sides. Full kite mode going to be enabled again. They have a nice little choke point just to the west. It looks like that's where they're going to try and kite to, looking for a little bit of pressure relief as they engage to the northwest, deleting a couple more members of Hogs. Dude, this is probably one of the craziest ZVZs I've spectated in a very, very long time.
Yeah, Datesa is a cracked player to be able to have found that engagement, by the way, just randomly while they're kiting back. But again, looks like Hogs finding a return on the front line. All of them living, though. Look at the heals coming in. They're also alive. They finally take out one. But a Frag should have gotten wiped there, at least that little small group of frontliners. Instead, they walk out of there alive. And Datesa still on the hunt. Look at this, man. He's looking for an engagement. He finds on that front line. There's a few kills, but he wants more. He hasn't even used any spells yet. He knows he has something to go.
Yeah, and they still have their second Zerg to the southeast side. They're going to try and bait Hogs up through that choke point. Probably going to go for a faux turn on it, maybe. Wow, look how many reinforcements are coming in. So I thought it was going to be last legs here for Frag, but definitely not, as reinforcements coming in. Doing the old switcheroo. I think Pura notices that they're a little bit of a weaker force at the moment, as they lost quite a bit. So they're switching sides. They're going to allow the bigger force of their Zerg to handle that northeast side where they kited up initially from down below. The boys are just going to go for a full rotation here, stabilize, look for their next engagement. Nice use of the icicle there from the Hogs player, slowing down the rotation. They need to be careful. They can get bombed over the wall. He's going to edge away down south just a little bit. And the kite continues.
By the way, Robin, some of these people from Hogs have accidentally come out of their hideout without gear on, and so they're trying to die because they're just out here with no gear. They have a level 49 disarray debuff, by the way. Jesus. Still, they started with a 57, so Frag did manage to do something.
Well, it's like they're going to find another nice little engagement. They found the spot that they want to fight in once again, using the cliff top to their advantage. Probably going to be their kite rotation all the way to the southeast side as well, trying to funnel the boys of Hog up through the choke points once again, using the cliffs just to bomb over. Look at the vision advantage here.
Cliff. This is a crazy angle for Datesa to go, and he finds a massive clump. Two big clumps. Look at that one in the northwest. It's already gone down. All of them one bar. I don't know if they have the damage to finish it off, but these guys are playing the map so well, kiting it out, finding those angles. That cliff is nasty, by the way. That it's like a wide choke. No, sorry, it's not even a choke. That's a massive entrance onto this cliff with that drop off. That's crazy.
Yeah, and obviously, like the L shape, it forces your enemy to wrap around the cliff, and like, oh, it is nasty. It looks like they're going to go for round number 2. Looks like Hogs have learned their lesson a little bit more spread out. Want to carry on the rotation. Looking at the minimap, it kind of opens up a little bit here. They need to be careful. Hogs could fully wrap them. Bow kite mode as frags carry on the uphill battle, heavily outnumbered, but not outgunned so far. These guys have been putting up a nasty, nasty front here. Looks like the boys are flanking around the back end, trying to do some damage onto the Cloffies, finding some disgusting clumps. Enigmatic Staff, though, holding on strong for the Hog boys out onto the western side. That could have been devastating.
Yeah, a quick update, by the way. It's now a 31-49 hit rate debuff. So yeah, frag, like they're losing people, even though they're losing people slower than Hogs. To be honest, they don't have the funnel of new players to re-gear that Hogs has access to.
Dude,
There's so many random deaths.
Came in, dude, hoping to break the boys of frag, and they just got annihilated on the return. These boys.
You finding these random frags, like it's crazy. Sorry, not random like members of frag. They find random kills on Hogs out of nowhere when I don't even expect it.
I know, dude. It is insane. It looks like they're going to go for another nasty little turn here. Night Helms are popped. Here comes the clumps. I'm seeing nasty clumps to the southwest side. Outlands connecting. Defensives are down though. Are there going to be enough follow-up DPS? It doesn't seem like it. Frags now need to go back into faux kite mode, carry on kiting to the east. They are split, though. I'm looking at my mini-map as I press N. It looks like first party for our POV is heavily split at the moment. But they're doing well. I mean, I haven't seen this first party drop below, like, -5 people. Like, it is incredible how well these support players and healers are playing for Frag at the moment. And the push continues down the choke point. I mean, the boys of Hogs could use this to their advantage. Defensive soul sipes, inertia rings, wind walls, it's all coming out here as the kite continues for frag, opening up into a very nasty little choke point just to the north side of them. But they are just getting overrun now, it seems. Frag, I don't know. If they can get a regroup here, it's going to be real nice. But it looks like the boys of Hogs are just all over them at the moment. This could be a break. It looks like it's going to be.
Yeah, frag they're splitting up a little bit, but I'm not sure if that's because they're trying to regroup somewhere specifically. I mean, they still do have a 27 debuff, like they're not all wiped, but it does look like a lot of them are mounted up, and it looks like they're still split. Actually, so many are dying to the south. Look at like southeast of the map. New skulls popping up left and right. They've now split up into 3 different debuffs. So I do think, yeah, frag finally realizes, like, wait a minute. We've killed the same people 13 times already. Let's figure out maybe we don't attack the hideout territory. That was great. That was one of the best CVZs I've seen in a long time. Amazing to watch.
Yeah, it's incredible. Incredible. I was just letting the boys know that we watched them and to come on over on a 15-minute delay. Looking at our POV's gear, I mean, the boy was rocking everything. He's 8.3 masterpiece.
This guy's in a Crystal League tournament set. 1837 IP on my man dates, and he played that and said, like, that guy found the weirdest and most like effective clumps in that engage I've ever seen. That was insane by him. Very well played. I was laughing earlier. I don't know if you saw. There's like 5 Zerg bubbles that disperse from the main one as frag guys are like running away, and then they turn into one big one again because they got caught and died.
Oh no.
What a great CVZ.
I want to see the battle board for that. That's going to be probably one of the bigger battle boards we've had here on Albion, I would say, just between like 2 groups, not like, you know, like.
Yeah, it was a 1v1, right? That was an alliance v alliance. So like, it was a solid fight. Very, like, really good play by both teams. And yeah, the battle board for that surely will be intense. Hopefully we can get a look at that.
Also, I mean, the action doesn't stop here because X-Sarge is once again dismounted going up against One Done. Just about to kick off as X-Sarge jumps into the front line, dude. I don't
Oh,
know if my
baby.
voice can handle this, Sean.
And NA with some crazy action today. Okay. Militant with a 14 hit spray debuff, so it's not as insane, but I mean, Reject Party we know has tons of people, and Militant is not afraid to fight 3x as they claim. So we'll see what they do here.
Yeah, and there's also 2 smaller blobs fighting just north of this fight as well. I saw a couple of skulls pop up on the choke point of that happening over there. I don't know what's going on, but Sarge in the thick of things at the moment, looking to edge his way in. He will be going for a choke point with his Zerg right now. It looks like One Done are trying to bait them in. I don't know if Militant know that they're getting baited right now. Their frontline tanks are getting pummeled at the moment, forcing a defensive Grovekeeper E backwards there from Shook as well, which is happening. Looks like Militant looking for a faux charge. One Done giving up the choke point, it seems. I don't know. Oh no, here comes the turn. Okay, finally the bait and switch comes in. Obviously, everybody clumped up on top of each other. Forward heals coming down and defenses. Militant actually surviving that engagement. Big Brimstones connecting onto One Done, but I mean, it goes both ways. If both sides have defenses ready to rumble, no one's really going to die on those engagements. And Militant just kiting back through it. And did I just see a small... A 2-man squad?
Yeah. That's why I was saying, oh my god, this man, I think it was a Siege Bow, was getting arcane beamed with the damage.
Weeping. It was a
weeping. It was a weeping repeater. Yeah. Okay, a little bit of a birthday party surprise he was trying to draw. But yeah, I mean, Militant, again, by the way, they're still that 17 disarray debuff. The way they played that, maybe not the smartest, as you were trying to, like, hint at, but they picked it up. I was going to say, during that, like, it looks like Reject Party were just pummeling them, but they did find a little foothold, and now they are getting chased, I believe, into this territory. They do own it, so they'll have territory control. They won't have a hideout 1 unit away that they can keep coming back from. But it should be like a better spot for them to hold if they do go for it.
Yeah, and I just checked the world map. It looks like Militant actually picked up 1 or 2 territories. They picked up this one and the one zone southwest as well, Border Channel, which is a tier 8 zone. So Solo Guild are able to claim a couple territories for themselves while engaging in heavily outnumbered fights as well. So they're doing pretty well. It looks like Sarge is ready to rumble one more time. I don't think his Zerg is. There's a little bit of miscommunication coming in.
You see the amount of damage they put on the
Cleric Cow.
This man in Ice Block, he's immune to everything, and they're just saying, drop it all, drop it all. And we'll see what happens now if One Done try to engage off the back of that. Probably not, though. They are going for some clumps onto the damage. So you saw Camlin come in onto Sir Albion there on the left, trying to find something on the big clump of damage to this, but nothing happening yet. I assume One Done is even like questioning, do you even want to push in here?
Yeah, you know? and I'm pretty sure there's like a number. Who's that group over to the east?
Yeah, that I don't know what
Shadow
that is.
It's the Shadow group again.
Oh, I mean, is this a zone, by the way, that we saw that that third party? It is. Okay, and Militant ended up winning the control of the territory. One Done looks like they're pushing Shadow out, though. I mean, there's no Shadow left in sight. They're taking control of the east, the south. Maybe they're running Shadow down to make sure this is a 1v1. I do see Random Black Order without Alliance.
Yeah, that's another thing that I noticed. Black Order dropping 16/13 Alliance tag for NA. I don't know what's going on there.
They had that EU, right?
Yeah, I mean,
they were fighting
had
for
an
the
EU.
So.
They've been at constant war with PoE. They have PoE on the back foot. I would go out on a limb and say, I don't know if it's just for NA. I don't know.
I'm sure we'll see an update about that tomorrow. Militant choosing to dip out of that territory, just kiting away.
Yeah, Militant's gone. One Done's also gone, and Shadow just sitting there in the middle of the map, still mounted, wondering, are we meant to fight people?
Yeah. I was gonna say One Done. They said, do we even need to push this? And they said, hell no. Let's just leave. No reason. They already did beat Militant earlier. Militant with a good showing in NA, though. They did get that T8 zone. They get this zone. A little bit of a maybe better showing than EU.
Yeah.
Did well.
Yeah, they got a single win under their belt in the ZVZ for EU. They're not an EU guild, but they still were able to pull, I think, like
I like that.
But they took the fight versus Bella Ella, which was, I think, double, maybe even triple their numbers. But yeah, it's a lot of guilds now showing up and starting to go solo. We also have Sun that's gone solo, dropped from the PoE alliance and enjoying themselves there. A lot of smaller groups just roaming out in the Outlands. Obviously, with the headquarters feature now, you don't have to worry about bending the knee to the big alliances. You can just plop one of those down if you have the ability to. If you hit the season ranking, just plop one down, and if you keep up the energy level via the energy cores, I mean, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it at all.
Can't really get evicted as easily as you could before, or even at all. Generally, if you do even have anyone playing the game, you should be able to sustain that hideout, or sorry, that headquarters. And yeah, it's one of the major changes, right, for this season that we're gonna have to see the effects of.
Yep, and obviously now that the season is underway, the vortexes will also start spawning. I believe.
Is that tomorrow?
It should start spawning. It's either now or after maintenance tomorrow. I was told once the season starts, the spawns are enabled. So I don't know if it's now because obviously NA is done, or if it's after maintenance tomorrow.
I would assume maintenance will bring them in. I don't know if they had already got them ready to go on a timer to be done for, like, you know, they can start spawning when NA invasion is over. But I'm sure at some point tomorrow for everyone who's playing, you know, in the afternoon, we'll finally be able to see how vortexes work, the action around those as well. Should be really interesting to watch.
Indeed, indeed. And I mean, I think we didn't really get to cover much of the territory claiming because we just had action, dude.
I mean, we were in ZVZs for a long time. We can quickly take a look to it, like the alliance view of the map. Doesn't look like any one alliance sort of won. But I mean, I've seen a lot of different alliances around and about. What did Arch end up claiming?
Arch,
where's their foothold?
Over to the west. Wait, wow, so you're looking for the purple A with the white?
Yeah, I got it. So they have like 2 to the south, some to the west. Is that 1 to the west, 2 to the west? They're very spread out compared to what I thought. If you see like that orange stuff, the hogs having a little control around Arch over there on that south side. Also, directly next to them, however, is their eternal enemies. Oh wait, actually, no, that's CBT down there. So is EU, I assume, but
yeah, Frag. So Red Tree isn't even owned by Arch. So if we go from Red Tree outwards, I mean, so Red Tree's gone. So is the connecting zones surrounding it. They're gone to Frag Alliance. Arch holding on to Gravebound Knoll. And then outside of that, we have the Arch with 2 H's holding on to the western side, the outer circle of the map. Going a little bit in, we have the Bomb Alliance actually taking 4 territories. Death Reach. No, that's a thingy zone. Battle Brave Flatlands, Highstone Lock, and Green Hollow Vale. They secured that. And I believe
they also have one to the north. Oh no, that's the castle that they own up there. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I will say Frag came in, dude. Like Frag did so well in this invasion. This NA reset, at least. I didn't get to see what they did to you, if they did do anything, but that was really well played by Frag. I mean, they have some territories to show for it. Arch without Red Tree is a disaster nightmare.
I know. Is it even there. Arch?
Yeah, is it Arch anymore? I don't know.
Oh, dude. Fricks. I'm looking at this still. Just east of Highstone Lock, you have the Fricks with the fist icon. They actually secured quite a few with their alliance there.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow. And then right next door to them, we have Block of the Rue.
Plaga. The new alliance this season.
Brand
Block
new.
Debut is new kids on the block sort of alliance.
Yeah, getting some nice zones around towards the inner circle. Then we have the Surf Boys taking over some of the old Blue Army zones. Then WTTS, I don't know who that is. That's a new alliance forming up there with the Fallen, Wrath of Dawn, Marcus, West Army, and Play on You. That's EU, I believe, on that section. And then Judicate, which works alongside Surf, is going to claim this whole entire territory leading up to Citadel of Ash. And then the north side of the map, we have One Done claiming their lands here around Everwinter Expanse and heading northwards. Clashing heads with War Gods, which have gone solo this season as well. They were part of the major coalition, which was the Sixth Alliance in the last season. They have turned their backs and decided to go solo, claiming a couple territories up north. Then heading off to the eastern side, we're starting to see the Wint boys, also their guild name, I don't know if I can say on stream. Then we have Militant taking a couple territories here as well. And then obviously Black Order just owning the whole entire area around Elder Sleep. It's literally just red around Elder Sleep. And coming off into the east, obviously back into PoE lands. But a little bit of a mixed bag here. AAA holding on to Run on Vein Sync. And then it's just like a back and forth, nice spread out piece of AAA holding into green wheeled cops and around Merlin's Rest with the purple flag with the, I don't know what icon that is, but it's like a little white double cross icon on it.
Yeah.
And then obviously PoE holding on to what PoE holds on to in the heartland of 1800 UTC and the surrounding areas all the way down to Demonian Keep. Is that Echo of Silence? No, this is PoE VZ all the way to the southeast by the green portals, White Cliff Peak. And coming back round to the west. Wait, is that? Why is Arch over here? What?
Is that X Arc or is that just Arch?
That's just Arch in Stonemouth Bluff. Right next, and this is where the Hogs' heartland is. I don't know why.
Arch. Yeah, Arch just has some random footholds over here. I mean, they have Sunser and Quicksand as well. Like they. This is what I was talking about earlier. The south side, like they have random zones in the middle of the Hogs' territory, right?
Maybe
like I don't know what's up with that.
They're remaking Archghanistan.
Maybe.
It's like it's surrounded by Hogs, and then there's some random guilds around here and there as well. I saw Surf up to the north actually as well.
Yeah, and then CBT Alliance here holding the outer ring of the Bridgewatch portals as well. Wait, is that guild leader the Lonely Man? The Lonely Man.
The Lonely Man, yeah.
Mordadom, MH Corp, and Vatni Asuas. Guild names.
Hey, something.
Something like that, bud. But yeah, wow. What a wild mixed bag.
That's a crazy invasion day, right? Like it's literally like somebody went and random splauttered people around. It's very interesting to see how that turned out, actually. I'm excited to see how the season goes as a result, right? Like no idea who's going to end up winning the season. Don't even know how they're going to win it, to be honest. Like how the actual method to win. We'll have to see. I mean, we talked about this before, and obviously no one heard us. Unfortunately, we cut the stream. So we had mentioned about how it's very similar to like season 1 in that a lot of people are going to have to figure out and optimize and like figure out what are the efficient ways. How do we win? What do we play around? Where do we put our efforts into? I'm sure there will be tuning and stuff. We're going to have vortexes come in either now or on maintenance tomorrow, probably now that the season has started. And so, I mean, we'll see how the season turns out, but it's shaping up to be hopefully a banger.
Indeed. And you can carry on catching all the content. We have the war reports here on AOTV on the Twitch channel of Albion Online. Tuesdays all the way till Saturday at 1800 UTC. We also cover the 5v5 and the 20 versus 20 Crystal League coverage on the Saturdays as well, and the Sundays for the big boy leagues. Also Tuesday as well, we have Mr. Sean Tazzik come in with Shozen and Bogul for the 5v5 Crystal League as well. So a lot of things to cover. We also have the daily shows for new players as well. A little bit of a walkthrough for some new contents with Nomad Poncho. Is it Nizori comes
Nomad,
in?
Nizori, Loop Pack sometimes.
Like it.
They got a good cast of characters coming in and around. I mean, hey, they also had those 3 guys show up with some sponsor streams earlier today and yesterday.
Yeah.
Those were definitely content to watch. I enjoyed watching Oda Block a lot myself. Foe as well.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch like people from other MMOs that play completely like different in terms of like mechanics and stuff come over to Albion and figure it out, try it out, and it was. I think they had a good time.
Oh,
Hopefully
for
we see
sure.
them back soon enough.
Yeah.
And
I
in the
think the
meantime,
yeah. Go ahead.
you can catch all of our official Albion Online content creators on Twitch. But they do multiple giveaways from gold codes to premium to skins. Just I believe a lot of them have it in their title where they say like AO official
Like
partner
AO
or
partner,
yeah,
Albion
content
creator,
creator.
program, something like that. You can
Yeah.
identify it pretty easily. Or I mean, I don't know if there's an official list that's updated. Is there on the forums?
Not yet. No.
No, not
No.
yet.
Well, hopefully we get something going on that, maybe. But in any case, I do believe we can call the NA invasion over now. It was
Yes.
one of the better NA invasions
For sure.
ever. Like NA again, a wild card, and today was action packed. Unfortunately, we had one big fight that wasn't shown at the start that we touched on, but I mean the rest of it more than made up for that, right? Like those were insane fights.
Oh yeah. I'm glad that we didn't have audio issues for that
Yeah.
amazing battle.
Thank God for Twitch chat, by the way. Thank God for each and every one of you who let us know, Safiana, if you're still watching. Thank you, thank you. You can check us out again on the YouTube Albion TV. You can check out the VODs for the other invasion days, for the other shows that we have. You can follow the channel. We're live again come Tuesday. I believe is the first day of our new season coverage. So we'll have 5v5s, we'll have War Report, all the good stuff coming in. I think there's a new player show on Tuesday too, maybe. Don't really recall.
Should be.
I think there is, yeah. And we should have chosen back for that. So it should be a banger. But otherwise, I hope everybody enjoyed the NA invasion. I don't think we have anything left to mention. So I do believe now is the time that we will be signing off.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
There's
one
one thing. So Ness actually posted just before we came on air. There is currently a known issue with, give me 1 second, let me load it up real quick. She did post on the forums. The Conqueror's Challenge issue is being investigated, where the points aren't being multiplied, I believe, correctly.
So in some rare cases, the Conqueror's Challenge is not resetting.
Yes.
So it should reset every 2 weeks, and it's not resetting as it should be intended to. So they're looking for people to report issues on that. You can find that on the forums under the news and announcements. I'll even drop that link in chat. There's also an issue with might levels. Apparently, she posted 2 hours ago as well. Guild might is being earned, I believe, too slowly. It doesn't actually say, but they will be applying a patch come Monday to address that, and so that'll be fixed up back to how intended. I don't know if it's too slow or too fast at the moment. And then on Tuesday, they're also going to modify any existing points to balance them out so that it's as intended.
There we go. All right, that's our PSA. PSA is done. Check the forums once again if you want to read up more on that. But until then, thank you for watching the coverage of the first invasion day of season 14 here on Albion TV. And I think we might host somebody, but until then, have a glorious evening and adios.